Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Sorry it's been a while, but as you can hear, we've got someone thinking that they can sing in the pub, and it's a bikers weekend thing. So my god, you know, look, this is most of them gone, and this is what we've had to listen to till 12 o'clock every day at night from about 11 in the morning. But anyway, I've been and collected these. I've seen them on Facebook now for ages for free, and no one's bothered with them, and I think it's because they're like a square box, and I've had a bit of quite a good sale this weekend, so I've hardly got anything in to do. So I'm sat there thinking, what can I do with them, you know, make them look a bit more attractive as such. So I went and fetched them, and it's actually off someone who's had a few bits off me before, so we was having a bit of a chat, you know, as you do. But I'm going to join them together, I think. So it's going to be a 6-drawer unit. Because they're like a square box, I think it makes them look silly. I shall probably take that edging off that's all round the front drawers, definitely getting rid of the hardware. I'm going to take off the boxes that are on the bottom, and I've picked up some wood, and I'm going to make a base for it. Now what this will turn out like, who knows, but you know me. So I think I'm going to strip everything off it first and join these together. I'm just going to screw them together, hopefully that'll be enough. I'll glue them as well and take these bottoms off, and then we'll go from there. I did make sure I've got plenty of wood. I were in the shop measuring, so they're like really big pieces. They're about 8 foot, I think. What's the door? Mind you, what's the doorway? This is a concern. They're big anyway, let's just put it that way. And then I grabbed some gold hardware, black. Alright, so we'll start doing this, and I'll have a word with the lad, see if he'll film some for me. Alright. Right then, I'm hoping these are only just screwed on underneath. We took the hardware off the drawers. Are we about out or what? Oh no, it comes off. Lovely. Right, we'll take these off then. Now we know that they're going to be easy enough, and then we'll be back. Right then, as we saw, they'd got just that bit of a lip on. So I got my new tool out, and I've sanded it all off. I'll fill that, so I'm not too worried. And then I've sanded both sides, glued it together, and I've just put screws in, 4 at the front and 4 at the back. And no, they don't come through for a change. So, right, they're the bottoms. So essentially all I'm doing is making one big bottom with the legs. So you're gonna have to give me a while to work it out, and then I'll come back and explain. See. Right then, I do apologise for the noise, but like I say, there's something going off at the pub, so there's not a lot I can do. Right, oh my god, this has been hard work. My little brain doesn't do things like this. Right, I decided that I wanted it just to sit in just a little bit, so it's not flush to the edge, just to sit in a little bit. So I measured across, and then I chopped 4 of these, and I did them so that there was like that width, and then I thought, no, they want to be small squares like how it looks here, if you kind of get me, so it looks the same. So I re-chopped 2 of them, plus I chopped, look at the mess I've made, look, I chopped 4, and then I sat and watched the DIY wife again, and she does 2 fancy ones at the front and 2 plain square ones at the back. So I'd got enough wood to chop 2 more. So that's what I did, and I've chopped them the same thickness as what this is. And all I did, man, you can't go on me because it's not right now, but what I did was I stood my block of wood up here, and then I drew from a pencil line in to how far I wanted of a tilt. But as you can see, I've gone down slightly further than that, so I shall have to fill that a little bit to level it up. But you know, things like that I'm quite impressed with. Right, I bought this little Kreg jig. Now I thought to practice and what have you with, I weren't going to spend the money. I think this were about 20 quid just for this one, and you get this tooly thing with it. So you get that you get them 3 bits, and I'm sure it were about £20 from Amazon. So I thought I'm not going to bother with the double ones and stuff yet, because I want to know if I'm going to get on with this one first, and plus it only takes a second to move them. Right, so what I did, this is after like watching her again, because like my brain just wouldn't fathom it. I realised if I'm having it like that, then obviously the holes have got to be drilled that way, which is what I've done. Now that is perfect, it's lovely and solid. I originally started with this size screw, which I don't know what it is, and then I swapped over to that size screw. I didn't bother with that one at first because I thought it would poke out, but no, far from it. So you need a fair length in, and what I figured out you'd got to do was, because I just put, this is obviously how much you don't see that it drills down under. So all I did was I laid it up on the edge like that. I gripped it down with my 2 grippers so it didn't move. Right, now this, as you saw on the other side, I cocked up, so I've got loads of sawdust, so I'll just fill it. Oh no, it can't go at the back, can it? I might unscrew it and put that one at the back so you don't notice it. But I did that, and I kept adjusting this. So first I had this is what you adjust with, and it's got the little Allen key there, so you loosen it off and move it down, and then this goes in and drills a hole how far you want it. Well, if you look, because this is what I did first, you may be able to see, you may not, but you can see through there, look, and that's where it starts to hit the wood. So it's going to go in that far to make your hole. Well, I kept messing and fiddling, and I kept looking at it, and I thought, nah, it's got to poke out the other side surely, so that the screw goes through. Well, no, it doesn't. All you literally do is have it so that that bit pokes through. So on this piece of wood, for that to just poke through there, I figured it out that it went to go there. So if we put that there, so then when that's in, I didn't realise it's got to literally be touching the end. The last one I moved back further, and it come through that far that obviously my head of my screw isn't as thick as that, hence why I've got 2 holes there, because I didn't have that on at all, and I just sawed through so it all came through. So the hole here is huge, well, it's the thickness of that, so my screws just come straight through. So you line it up, like I say, you put it there on the end of your wood if that's how you want it, and then you set that up so that it just pokes through that bit a little bit, not the fat end. And that's what I figured out, and then it's gone in lovely. It's made its own hole, it's just pierced that wood a little bit and then made its own hole in with the screw, drilling the screw in. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you, I hope it does. But like I say, I just lined it up so that that bit would just poke through. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. And then obviously I've got to do more to go that way, to go up into the thingy, but I shall build my frame first and have a look what it looks like. But now I've just realised, before I go any further, I'm going to swap this piece of wood for that other one, so that this sits at the back and then you won't see it. Alright? So when I've done it, we'll be back. Right then, I just thought I'd show you what I've done. So I've made 2 holes that don't clash with hitting those. So when it's on as such, it won't get the other 2 holes. And then all I've done is lined it up on the edge. So just like lay it flush, which is what I've done. And then I've put my 2 grips on. And then I'm just going to swap and put this one back on. Alright, and then you don't need to be fast or anything, just make sure you're going forward, and then just gently and if you can see, look, it's literally just poke through a tiny bit, and that's all you want. And that's with me lining it up so it's the same length as that. So then I take these off. Yeah, blow that through, blow that through, and then here's my other mark, look, so I'll just take it to the end of it, and again I'll just put my weight, my clips on, and then I'll just do one for the side. Try not to cover your hole so it can chuck it out, and then we'll go again. So again, go as slow or fast as you want. And then if you look, it's just poked through the bottom again, and that's all you want. And then you've got, hopefully, 2 that will sit on there like that and won't interfere with the other screws, is what I'm hoping. I suppose we best try it, haven't we, before we finish. Like I say, you just get the 2 screws. I've just popped them in there. Come around the other side if you want, mate, we'll swap places. So they stick up.
Anna.
And now that's lovely. So that's that side as such done. Oh right, I'm up a bit there. We'll have to see, I may have to move them. But like I say, for my first try with this doodah, this is dead good. Well worth its money. Yeah, I'm dead happy. And now this one's on the back, look, with the square blocks. So I can fill that, put all the sawdust in that I've got left over, and then you won't notice that. So I'm going to make the rest of it now, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Alright guys? Right then, I've done it. It's not attached, I've just laid it near it. But I'm quite pleased with that. And sorry about the lighting, but it's about 8:30 at night, so I'm done. I just wanted to do that first though. So before I attach it tomorrow, well, I don't think I will attach it tomorrow actually, I'll do it last. I think I'm going to stain it. So I've got to fill those holes in, which I'll do tonight before all sawdust disappears. Sand it down, and then tomorrow I'll come back and stain it. And then hopefully this will all be set now, I'd have thought. Anyway, this has been done a few hours. And it's got, what, 8 screws in it, so I'm hoping that that'll be enough. I may go through the other side and just pop in another 8, just to be extra sure, because they're quite heavy drawers. So, alright. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. You know, it's not perfect. It's no DIY wife's one, but the first time with my Krig jig and what have you, I really do like the kit. It's just a bit awkward to put together on your own, that's all. But I sussed it, and we're done. Alright, so I'll see you tomorrow guys, bye. Right then, I've sanded all these down. I tried getting some of this trimming off, and it was having none of it, so I'm going to do something with it instead, which you don't need to know about just yet. So I'm going to paint the outsides, and the outsides of the drawers is going to be in Farrow & Ball railing, which is quite a dark colour. It's well, can you see? It's like a real deep bluey grey. So I'm going to paint the carcass and everything in that. So I'm going to start that now. Right then, welcome back. It's probably about 3 days later. I've been busy doing other bits. But anyway, I've changed the colour. Let me go over here. I changed it to graphite. I forgot that it's a very similar colour to that railings, but this is the new washable Rust-Oleum furniture paint, and it's in matte. And like I say, they've got a lot of the original colours, you know, like flint, graphite. They haven't got a white. The nearest thing to white is steamed milk, and it's kind of a creamy white. And then they've got variants of whites, but like I say, this one is graphite. I've made my little frame, that's all finished. I've just sanded it all and everything. So I'm going to stain that, and I'm going to stain it in Jacobean dark oak, and it's a wood dye. And then for in between the drawers, I'm going to use what do you call them? Bamboo sticks. Now I went on the boot market and someone was selling it. Well, there were 3 for £1. He says he'll be back on Sunday because I don't think I've got enough. Because this has taken, believe it or not, nearly 200. You get 100 in a pack, and that's all I've got left out of 200. And how many did I buy? I think I bought £5's worth or something like that. And what I'm gonna do is obviously sit them all on a bed of glue, leave them all to dry, then cut them, then stain them. I was going to stain them before I put them on, and I thought, no, that's far too fiddly, so we're not doing that one. So that's going to be one of my next jobs, and like I say, I'm going to go out and stain my frame. So if I can get someone to film me, I'll show you what colour it turns out. Alright? Right, so this is what it's going on like. It's got to be my favourite colour, this one, I think, the Jacobean oak. And I'm just going to go around, give it all a coat, let it all soak in, and then give it another, because it won't be dark enough for as dark as I want it. And I'm just using a sponge to apply it. I know you should wear gloves and everything else, but you know. So I'll give it a couple of coats, but this is, like I say, this is a colour. It's a lovely colour. And then we'll have a look what it looks like soaked in. Alright? Right then. This is all the sticks finally stuck on. You won't believe how long it's taken to do this. And it needs a little bit more sanding, just to level it up a bit more, but that's one that's like more or less done as such. So that's ready to be stained, and then to have the ends painted again where I've caught it. And like I say, we've got about 3/4 of a pack left. So, and all I used, I got me, well, I had quite a few things out. I used that first, on the first one, and learned, after cocking up and everything, and having to use my new doodah for sanding it smooth. And that's what I shall use just to sand all these level. But can't you tell which ones the kids did? You know, I mean, where's the evenness in any of it? So I set them about chopping it all for me. But it's fine because the sander just whips through that in seconds. And then it's all flat. So I'm hoping it'll all look nice. But I'm sure we'll soon see. Alright, so it's bedtime now, so I'm not doing hotels. I've just been out and fetched some more furniture. And we'll be back tomorrow. Alright guys? Right then, finally, we're back to the drawers. They've all been done. They've all been sanded and they've been stained twice. I don't like the colour. I mean, it's all gone. Look, why is that? I know like little bits, like that bit there is like where obviously glue's been and stuff, but I did put them back in the unit and even Ubby says they look quite nice, but this has only had one coat, my little thingy, so I've got to darken that off more. And we did fill the gap along there, so I want to get that out, sand it down, stain that other bit, and then we'll paint that dark grey as well. And then it's a case of putting it all together. God, this has took ages. Mind you, I've been busy. I've been doing quite a lot actually, but not filming anything, so sorry about that. But anyway, we'll get this out and do this. Right then, I've just attached the bottom. I hope you can see. I've given it all a good sand again. So we'll just stand back a little bit. That's it with its leg on, well, with its base on. It doesn't stand out a great deal yet, does it? And that's had 3 coats of the stain, and I still don't think it's anywhere near the same as the drawer fronts, which is really annoying, but I don't know, I'm not sure what to do yet. And like I say, I filled it all and everything. I should, because the gap was quite wide, I put slithers of wood down and then used a mixed together wood filler. There's a little bit there that I've got to mix again, but I want to get a coat on because I've been doing it in between for about a week now, so I've been that busy doing other stuff. You know, stuff that like you can turn around quickly that brings in the money. So this has all been put, hence why you've not had a video up for about 2 weeks. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, I've got my paint out, I've given it all a wash down. I'm going to give it a coat and then fill on the top bits there where it needs filling. But it's absolutely solid and it weighs a bleeding ton. So I feel sorry for the people who are going to have to lift it. But I'll get a coat on and then we'll show you what it looks like. Right guys, I've got a right dilemma now. Look. Right, it's all been painted. Now, I don't like how the bamboo's looking all different on the front of the drawers. But not only that, it's completely different look to the base. Even though I've used the same stain and I kept putting on and adding on, and it just looks like worlds apart. So, me and Dev think that we should paint the drawers in the grey and leave the base the brown, and the hubby and the son think we should paint the base and leave the drawers. So there's been absolutely no use whatsoever, and the dog can't talk, so but I'm a bit gutted actually, because I was really quite excited and I thought, yeah, it's going to look right nice. Now I know you're still going to see all the wood if it's painted, but do I paint that or do I paint that? And I'm not going out to the shops to get like a brown or something to have them both the same. It's just costing me far too much money. So that's my dilemma, and I don't know what to do. Like I say, I'm really annoyed that they've not stained better. I mean, I wet them and everything, I've soaked them and then stained them, but I don't know if it's the glue, I don't know what it is. But this one, as you can see, is even worse. I just don't like that look. It looks like real, well, I don't know, it looks real cheap and nasty, I think, where that's all obviously one cohesive colour. And of course, once you try putting a bit of the blue, well, the bluey grey, whatever colour it is, on there, then that's it, it's on, isn't it? So I don't know. I'll be back. Right then, I've put a few samples on, and again, no use whatsoever asking the family, because 2 picked one colour and 2 of us picked the other. So I'm just curious to know, which one would you have picked out of them? And you'll see which one I picked at the end of it. Alright? Right then, she's finished, and as you can see, I went with the same colour all over. I thought, what? 2 of them like the light grey, and me and the daughter like the natural colour, so that's what we did. And yes, I can tell that top drawer's off. I'm going to sort it in a minute. But we did leave the bottom wood, and I've put gold handle on, gold hardware on it. Sorry, I've got my daughter leaning all over me. She's doing anything she can to annoy me because she wants feeding. So will you stop it? I couldn't decide whether to stamp the sides or not. But this piece, like I say, has dragged on so long because of doing everything else in between that I'm sick of seeing it, basically. Alright, so you'll have to let me know what you think, what colour you'd have done it if it wasn't this colour. And I hope you're all doing well. Please like, subscribe and comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, take care guys, bye.